like right now, this moment, as crazy as this is, because he's going to be in year 23, but is LeBron better than Karl Anthony Towns? My answer to that question is yes. The Celtics are off the chessboard. The Pacers are off the chessboard. The Bucks don't know where they are on the chessboard. We're already the favorites in the conference. We haven't won a championship in 52 years. What if we go for it?
Nick Wright talks about the Lakers trading LeBron to the Knicks for Karl Anthony Towns. Check out what he had to say, and then I'll come back with my comments.
If you are the New York Knicks right now, in a wide open Eastern Conference, and you just hired Mike Brown, who has, I don't know, been to a finals with LeBron, you're not having a very long meeting about Karl Anthony Towns for LeBron James.
Interesting.
And how that works.
Now, even though Karl Anthony Towns faced some backlash in the playoffs, he had his moments, but he couldn't really close out the deal with the Indiana Pacers. Do you look at trading Karl Anthony Towns for LeBron James? That's very interesting. You get off that contract, then you just deal with LeBron James from a year-to-year perspective, or maybe this is a one-year rental and they're looking to possibly rebuild the Knicks after LeBron James. So that could be something there. I don't know if this goes against Nick Wright's Clutch Sports contract, talking about LeBron this way being traded. So this is bold by Nick Wright. There has been rumors of LeBron James going to the Knicks, but for him to be traded now, pretty much in his retirement years, I don't know if the Knicks want to go that route, even though there's some familiarity there with Mike Brown. Coached him in Cleveland, went to the finals with him in 07. Could be a good reunion, but I don't know if the Knicks want to take that route, gambling with the 41-year-old in their 23rd season, even though they have a lot of money off the books. Are you going to be able to find a Karl Anthony Towns replacement after LeBron James retires? So that's a lot, throwing the whole house at LeBron James.
And then calling the Lakers and seeing if they're interested. And the Towns for LeBron thing, DeMonze, here is the pros and the cons of it. The cons for the Knicks obviously are guys 10 years older than the other. That's con number one, right?
Heck of a con.
Your team dynamic changes considerably. That's potentially con number two. The pros, in my opinion, are oddly, by adding a guy in year 23, a 40 guy who's going to be 41, you actually get better defensively for two reasons. One is it's more Mitchell Robinson minutes instead of Towns. So that definitively, that helps you a lot defensively. But also, as LeBron showed last year, once they got Luka, if he's not the primary offensive creator, he still has the ability to be a good, not great defender like he once was, but good defender if that's where he can put his energy.
Now, as far as defensively, them getting better, adding LeBron, getting rid of Karl Anthony Towns, and Mitchell getting more minutes at the center position, I get it. But LeBron James showed that when it really counts the most, when he really has to run out to a three, he's going to get lazy. He's going to tell the other guy to do it. So even though LeBron, technically, he should be better defensively by being a second option, but I wouldn't, bet the house that LeBron James is going to make crucial stops when it counts the most. Yeah, throughout the course of a 48-minute game, he'll have some good defensive stops, but it's not going to last long. He is 40 years old. He can't just be running out full bursts of speed randomly. You don't want to take a chance with LeBron James potentially pulling or tearing something by him having to play, very good defense. So I don't know if they get better defensively, but with Mitchell getting more minutes, being relied upon, they're going to be a great defensive team like they always are. The Knicks are always going to be a top 5 team on defense, no matter if they have LeBron or Karl Anthony Towns.
The other sneaky pro for the Knicks is, do they actually want to move Towns before he wants this next mega extension? When they traded all those picks for Bridges, and you're going to have to extend him, and you've already extended OG, and you're obviously in the Jalen Brunson business, does the fact that LeBron would be short-term, is that actually a positive? Because you don't want to, have the big money associated with Karl Anthony Towns when there are, I think, legitimate, real concerns of if our two best players are Brunson and Towns, are we good enough defensively ever to win 4 rounds? I think those are all real, legitimate discussions.
Yeah, I'm looking at Karl Anthony Towns' contract. He's still on the books for this season, next season, and then a player option the following season. So he's going to be making between 50, 57, and about 60 million if he opts in. And then he's going to want another contract in about 2 years or when he's eligible for that extension. You still got Mikal Bridges, which I think will be more of a tradable piece now than Karl Anthony Towns. It was a great opportunity to get the Nova boys back, but it didn't work out. Josh Hart, he's cool. You keep him because you know he's not going to break the bank in order to keep him there. But with the Mikal Bridges, who knows what type of contract he's going to ask for next. With Jalen Brunson, he took a huge pay cut. He's going to get a lot of money in the next 2 years or once he's eligible for a contract extension. With the Karl Anthony Towns, yeah, this may be an opportunity for them to get away from him, but I think you do it in his last season if he's going to opt in or opt out. You don't do that now. I think you could do that next season with Karl Anthony Towns, play that money game with him. But to do it for LeBron, I get it. It's going to help ticket sales. It's going to be a good look overall. But is it going to be a good championship look? That's the main thing with the Knicks. They got to win championships now. They had playoff success throughout the years. Now it's time to close the deal and finally win that championship. They got a good team now. I don't know if they get better if you subtract Karl Anthony Towns for LeBron James.
And then it's like right now, this moment, as crazy as this is, because he's going to be in year 23, but is LeBron better than Karl Anthony Towns? My answer to that question is yes. If you feel differently, then you don't make this trade. Because the East is so ripped away due to injuries, does getting 10% better for this upcoming season matter more than it would in normal years? Because it's like, man, the Celtics are off the chessboard, the Pacers are off the chessboard, the Bucks don't know where they are on the chessboard. We're already the favorites in the conference. We haven't won a championship in 52 years. What if we go for it?
Yeah, being 10% better could help, but I don't think 10% is enough for you to pretty much gamble your franchise with the LeBron James, which comes a lot of pressure, media attention, a lot of pettiness on his side. If he doesn't like something, he will be passive aggressive. I don't think you want to play that game with LeBron James. Now, if he becomes a free agent next season, then maybe so. But to trade one of your young, good players and Karl Anthony Towns to where there aren't too many centers out there that you can really pick up that has the talent of Karl. Main thing with Cat, if he stays out of foul trouble, be available when it counts the most instead of having to go to the bench with 3 fouls in the second quarter, then I think you got something with Karl Anthony Towns. That 10% better that LeBron James may be, that gets eliminated by Karl Anthony Towns' availability on the court. Other than that, I don't see them making this trade. I get it. Maybe at points of the game or overall, of course, historically, yeah, LeBron is probably better than Karl Anthony Towns, but offensively, Cat can make the three. He can get to the basket. He's good in the paint. Defensively, he's still somebody you got to account for. But again, as long as he stays out of foul trouble, you got a great two-headed monster with him and Mitchell in the paint. So I think you keep Cat. Forget LeBron. I get it. But you can't do that. Now, if you can get rid of Mikal Bridges for LeBron, then yeah, he still is that second or third option on the Knicks. Then you got something. But a straight-up trade for Cat for LeBron, I don't think you do that.
It certainly is a worthy, legitimate conversation. Just like it. Now, I wouldn't necessarily want this if I were LeBron, but you know another team, DeMonze, that should at least discuss it? Golden State. Jimmy for LeBron. The Lakers get younger and add, a guy who doesn't need the ball at all. A guy who's, more about intangibles and defense and stuff like that at this point of his career. And you put Steph and LeBron together and be like, all right, let's see.
Now you just yapping now. I get it. You just want to throw out these random trades. I do it too, but people talk junk to me. But Jimmy for LeBron ain't happening. They invested too much. Jimmy fits with the Warriors right now before he starts complaining and turn into a diva. I think you ride out with Jimmy because you essentially chose him over Kuminga. So now you got LeBron James there. You definitely got to get rid of Kuminga. So it ain't happening. I think the Knicks trade is probably more of a possibility. But again, instead of doing Karl Anthony Towns, if you could do Mikal Bridges and maybe a Josh Hart for LeBron, then maybe you got something there. But I don't know if you just do Cat for LeBron straight up. I get it. At points of the season, LeBron could look better. But I think overall right now in their current careers, Cat is better than LeBron. I know the East is wide open. But I think you stick with that team. See if you can get rid of Mikal Bridges to add another scorer or somebody that's going to fit better with the team. Then I think you got something there. Mike Brown, solid coach. He's going to get this team playing good. Should mirror what the previous coach did. So I think the Knicks are going to be good either way if they make moves or not. But trading LeBron for Cat, I wouldn't do it. LeBron, you might as well stick with the Lakers or agree to a buyout and then test the open market.